There's a candy bar you loved as a kid. You know the one. You can almost taste it right now, the exact texture, the exact sweetness, the exact way it felt in your hand when you unwrapped it. And one day, without any warning, without any explanation, it was just gone. Not discontinued, not replaced, not improved, just gone, like it never existed. Today, we're going back to 10 candy bars that were taken from us without a single word of explanation. Some of them you'll recognize instantly. Some of them were only ever loved by a handful of people in one corner of the country, but all of them mattered to someone. Stay until number 7. That one wasn't discontinued by accident. It was killed on purpose by one person for one reason that will make you genuinely angry. Let's go back. Number 1. Aztec Bar. Before there was a Milky Way, before there was a Snickers, there was the Aztec Bar. Chocolate malt nougat, topped with caramel, covered in milk chocolate. It was everything a candy bar should be. Rich, heavy, satisfying. The kind of bar you didn't eat fast. You savored it. You made it last. Mars replaced it quietly. No announcement, no farewell. One day it was on the shelf, the next gone, replaced by something shinier that tasted completely different. Nobody asked us. They just took it away and expected us to move on. We did, but we never forgot. Some things stay with you even when they're gone, especially when they're gone. Number 2, flying saucers. They didn't look like candy. They looked like something from outer space. Thin rice paper shells, pale pink, pale white, pale yellow, shaped exactly like flying saucers. Inside, fizzing sherbet powder that exploded on your tongue the moment the shell dissolved. You'd put the whole thing in your mouth. 5 seconds, nothing. Then the shell would dissolve, and the sherbet would hit, and your whole face would change. Every single time, like the first time, every time. We don't get many things like that as adults, experiences that stay fresh no matter how many times you have them. We should have appreciated them more when we had them. Number 3, milkshake bar. Malted milk chocolate. 3 words that don't come close to what it actually tasted like. It tasted like a Saturday afternoon, like summer, like something that had no business being as good as it was for the price of a candy bar. Gone now. No copycat, no spiritual successor, just gone. Some things are irreplaceable, not because nothing else exists, but because nothing else feels the same. The milkshake bar tasted like a specific moment in time, and that moment is over. Number 4. Denver Sandwich Bar. Most people watching this have never heard of the Denver Sandwich Bar, and that's exactly the point. Peanut butter wafer covered in chocolate. It was never nationally famous, just quietly, deeply beloved by the people who grew up near it. If you knew it, you loved it, and if you loved it, the day it disappeared felt personal. But here's the thing. Every city had something like this, a regional candy, a local bakery thing, a flavor that only existed in your corner of the world. And when those things disappear, they take something specific with them, the proof that your version of childhood existed. If the Denver Sandwich Bar isn't yours, think of whatever that thing was for you. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Number 5. Ideal Bar. Peanut butter and chocolate. Simple, perfect, exactly right. People who remember the Ideal Bar don't just remember it, they defend it. They'll tell you to this day it was better than Reese's, that the ratio was different, the texture was different, that nothing since has matched it. And the strange thing is, they're probably right, because taste is the most honest memory we have. Close your eyes right now and think about your favorite food from childhood. You can taste it, can't you? Perfectly. That's not nostalgia distorting the memory. That's your brain holding on to something real. The ideal bar was real, and it was really that good. Number 6, Curly Whirly. Braided caramel, dipped in chocolate, stretchy, chewy, impossible to eat gracefully. You'd pull it apart with both hands. It would stretch and snap back, and somehow half of it would end up on your face. Nobody cared. That was part of it. We didn't worry about being neat back then. We didn't worry about being seen. We just ate the candy and got it everywhere and laughed about it. I miss that version of not caring what things looked like. Number 9, PB Max. I told you to stay until number 7. Here's the story nobody told you. PB Max was launched by Mars in 1990. Peanut butter cookie base, thick peanut butter filling, covered in milk chocolate. Within a few years, it was selling over $50 million a year. People were obsessed. It was flying off shelves. And then, in 1994, Mars quietly discontinued it. No announcement, no explanation, just gone. For years, nobody knew why, and then someone finally asked a Mars executive directly, what happened to PB Max? His answer? The Mars family hated peanut butter. That's it. That's the whole reason. A product making $50 million a year, loved by millions of people, was killed because the family who owned the company personally disliked the main ingredient. This was later confirmed in multiple interviews with former Mars employees and has been reported by food industry journalists covering the confectionery business. Nobody asked you. Nobody asked the millions of people buying it every week. One family, one preference, done. I think about PB Max sometimes when something I love disappears without explanation, when a place closes, when a thing stops existing. Nobody asked us then either. Some things just end, and we never get to say goodbye. Number 8, Cherry Clan. Tiny, red, intensely cherry-flavored. You'd pour them into your palm and eat them one by one, or sometimes all at once, and your mouth would turn completely red and stay that way for an hour. You didn't care. You'd smile with a completely red mouth at anyone who looked at you. Kids would trade them, fight over the last ones in the bag, count them out to make sure nobody got more than their fair share. We took fairness very seriously back then. One extra Cherry Clan and someone was going to hear about it. There was a simplicity to those arguments. They mattered, and then they were over, and everyone moved on. I miss problems that small. Number 9, Zero Bar Original. The Zero Bar still exists today, but the one you remember does not. White fudge coating, caramel and peanut butter nougat inside. The original recipe had a distinct texture and flavor that longtime fans say was noticeably different from what's sold today. Food historians and candy enthusiasts have documented formula changes over the decades, the kind of quiet reformulations that companies rarely announce. Same name, same wrapper, different candy bar. And millions of people kept buying it, wondering why it didn't taste quite right anymore, never being told the truth. That's the part that bothers me most. Not that it changed, but that nobody said so. We noticed. We always notice when something we love becomes something different. We just don't always have the words for it.
Number 10. Hershey Track Bar. The Hershey Track Bar existed for exactly one season, made to celebrate the 1976 Olympics. Chocolate, crispy, limited edition. A few months, and then it was gone. Some kids never got one. Some kids got one and never forgot it. A few kept the wrappers, because the wrapper meant something. It meant, I was there, I had this was real. There's something beautiful and heartbreaking about things that were only ever meant to last a moment. The track bar wasn't discontinued, it was always going to end. We just didn't know when we were eating it that we were eating something temporary. We never do. That's the thing about beautiful moments. You only recognize them as you're losing them. They took these candy bars without warning, without explanation, without goodbye.